Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Eric Harris here with the first Hangout in March, post InspireX. It's the way I'm terming it or calling it. But no, welcome. Glad you all are here. And we've got a lot of different things to cover. I'm actually trying to get a couple things wrapped up so that I can actually present them. But going really well. Excited. We came off a huge event last week. For most of you all that didn't know, we had our first user conference, community user customer partner conference, however you want to term that, customer conference. And it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. A lot of stuff happened. Met a lot of people. It was really exciting to see and to just have that many people inspired to come together for Nintex. So it was an awesome time, and really appreciate everyone, customers, the partners, and even all the Nintex people that were there just to make it happen. It was a lot of work, a lot of planning went into it. Huge kudos to Erica and Kim and Elise and the rest of the team, Lindsay and a couple other people. I should probably not have started naming names because once you do that, it kind of tends to roll. But it was a great thing, and they knocked it out the park. It was really good, and next year is going to be awesome. So if you did not go, you should go. You should definitely be looking for information on that. Sign up, register, and attend. It is going to be a fantastic thing. I know. I definitely want to be there, so I hope you can be there as well. Um, with regards to that, my internet is actually running a little slow, but it's coming along. We had a lot of things that happened. I actually did a session. It was exciting. We saw some really awesome things come out of Nintex. Some things were announced. And for those that missed it, I want to do a short recap of it because I think it's only justice to do that and to give you all some information or at least tidbits of what it was. Definitely don't want to give everything away, but it was something that was amazing, and we had a lot of things that come out of it. So I will take a couple of minutes and try to recap everything that I know or remember that happened while I allow my computer to catch up with itself. All right, so let's go with it. Day one. So day one, actually pre-day, Sunday and Monday, Tech Dog Jason Keller killed it. Not killed it. No, he did a phenomenal job. His sessions were great, jam-packed, loads of questions. People in there learning the basics, understanding how to get through, how to work through, how to build solutions, how to work with forms and workflows, and it was awesome. Great feedback from several people that attended those sessions. I actually stood in on a couple of them just to see how he was doing on that. Learn some tips there, and definitely can say Tech Dog is one of those training partners that you definitely, if you want to do training, if you want to get information on that, definitely reach out to them, let them know, and tell Jason that I sent you. Eric Harris from the Hangout. That'd be great. I don't get anything for it. It's just kind of nice to kind of show that we're sharing the love around helping people do better and do more with Nintex. Um, so those are good. We also had some other sessions, pre-conference sessions around some things with a new product that was announced, and that was well, no, let me correct that. Sorry, it's not a new product. It is actually an extension of our current platform, and it's actually our platform extended outside of the realms of SharePoint. And for people that haven't heard about that, it is called the Nintex Workflow Cloud, so NWC, and that is something that's revolutionary. I'm putting something out there in your ear, a bug in your ear, as they say, just so that you can you'll be aware of it, or you'll start seeing things come out about it. So definitely look forward to that. But there are some things around Nintex Workflow Cloud, and it allows us to do more with our workflows for Salesforce, for even Office 365, for other things, and it takes us beyond the SharePoint realm or the Microsoft ecosystem, being able to connect system to system, doing process integration, etc., on a completely new level. And it's something that if you have not heard about it before, just pin your ears to the ground and look for that, and that'll be coming soon. All right. So after that, we had a couple of things going on. We had a great Monday, is what I could say. We had a great Monday, met with several of the VTEs in the community, met with you all. It was really good. But we had a lot of sessions around really going deep into some things, from how to code using the REST API to Nintex Mobile in a minute, understanding what the product is for Nintex Mobile and things like that. We also had sessions around governance and best practices when building out solutions, etc. So just a lot of great things that, unfortunately, for those that missed it, but a lot of great things out there. And going into that, the keynote. So John's keynote was fantastic. Yes, he's the CEO. He's also my boss's boss, but he did a really good job, kind of laying the foundation for what was to come with regards to the where Nintex has been, so past, where we are today, and then also where we're heading. And it was really cool to see that. I'm gonna try to see if I can find. I actually tweeted out a picture of one of the slides that he had, showing kind of this roadmap of where Nintex had come from and where it was going. And for people that understand a lot about Nintex, you'll be familiar with this terminology of, we started out as an on-prem product where we were just doing on-prem. We had SharePoint on-prem, SharePoint server, and then from there we went into more of SharePoint Server and then Office 365. And it was the same. We wanted to provide the same functionality of being able to do more robust, extensive workflows. So it started with on-prem, then 365, and then now the future evolution is we want to bring that same functionality of doing robust workflows out external from SharePoint, inclusive of what SharePoint can do, but not saying that we have, oh, you're going to have the same feature set or the same workflow actions available in the workflow cloud. It's not a separate product. It's an extension of the platform, the workflow platform, providing workflow capability for people, either whether you're on-prem, you're in the cloud in 365 environment, or you're outside of that ecosystem, outside of the Microsoft SharePoint ecosystem, and you still want to have that workflow capabilities. So that was something that was really great to see. And we had a host of other sessions out there as well. Luke, one of the other PMs, did one on Nintex Insight. That is actually a new product. We've heard a lot of feedback from a lot of people asking us, we need to be able to see more about our workflows, how many are running, what they're doing, who's starting what, how many actions are there involved. Give us some analytics about it. And we've been working and working and working to figure out how to do that, especially in Office 365 on-prem. You do have the ability to do some workflow analyzation using a workflow analyzer tool written by Aaron, and then some other guys working on that. And we also had the Know Your Workflow program, which kind of gave you some reporting on that, but it was still somewhat limited. And the idea always was to have something that was robust, that was updatable, something that would be kind of captured. It could capture a lot of that telemetry. And so Nintex Insight was not launched, but it was released or made visible, known to the public. It had been something we've been working on internally for a while. But it allows you to have lenses, which is pretty cool terminology on it. A lens, a perspective to look at your data from in a different manner, or in a manner at all. And so those are some really cool things that we like to that we like to see, how not only how people are using it, but give you the ability to understand how you're using it internally in your organization. Figuring out, not only doing so an analysis, which is post, but taking the analysis and over time being able to look at your processes and doing forecasting. So really cool things happening there. Really great product. Looking to see about that a little bit more, and I got a detail I'll tell you about in a few minutes that will be really cool. I plan to do a hangout on that. I'll tell you when that'll happen, but definitely something that you should be keen in on as well. Nintex Insight is the name of that one. INSIGHT. Ooh, if I can spell. There we go. So that was that one. We also had, and my internet is just hosed, so I can't present some of the things that I want to present, but I'll have some other things for you. We also had, so we had Insight, we had NWC, Man, there's a lot of good stuff. So many things out there. Um, we also had some things with partners. There was a lot of meetings. There was one email that came out, and I'll mention it. So our own Josh Waldo was named channel chief, CRN channel chief, which is huge. And it shows the understanding, the recognition that he's gotten externally for helping to drive the Nintex channel. I mean, it's something that Microsoft's even watching. So if you are a partner, kudos for being inside of our partner channel. Continue to shoot feedback to us. That we have an entire partner team that we want to know what you like, what you don't like, and how we can help make your partnership better for you and for us. So the more we can do it and invest into that relationship together, the better it'll be for both of us. So definitely excited about that. But great job on Josh for getting that channel chief recognition. That's pretty good. Didn't even know that existed. So that must be something like elite for people to achieve. So, um, but I'm gonna go fast forward. So we had Monday night, so Tuesday the keynote, so Tuesday keynote, and then Wednesday we had a keynote by Mike Walsh, and another great keynote as well. I'm not gonna say he overshined JB's obviously, but different styles, but a similar message of how the organizations, how you all should be evolving or evolving, changing with the time, looking at what's happening to the market, and then figuring out how to adjust business, how to take your business optimization to another level, how to look at your business processes differently. Not everything goes to the cloud. Not everything should be in the cloud, but what are those things, and are those things maximized? And those are some things that we definitely should be looking into. Also, when you look at how you engage and work with business, before IT used to drive everything, and the partner team under the leadership of Josh put out some reports and things earlier this year, or well, last year rather than I think we released it again this year, talking about how line of business is driving more the business decisions. So you got a lot of front office things happening where now it's your sales department, your HR department, your finance department, accounting, all these different departments that are now driving engineering, whatever they may be, your subset departments that are now driving a lot of the discussions. And how do you meet that need, but then also help fulfill what they don't know they need as well? And that's where we want to be as Nintex. We want to assist you in helping to get those things done and also meet those needs. So that was really cool. And Mike Walsh kind of trended along that same verbiage as well. Try to figure out, he had one quote or one thing in there. He had a couple. I like what they call them. He called them mind grenades. I like that. I'm not going to steal it. I have to come up with my own. Maybe I'll call it workflow grenades or something. I don't know. But it was really cool to see a lot of stuff that he came out with. And one of the things that he mentioned that I wrote down and I liked about it was the richer the human network, the richer the human networks, the more adaptive the organization can become. And he mentioned, how do we need to learn to work better together, communication, and all this stuff, and the workflows internally. I know several partners I've worked with before at Nintex that they didn't necessarily adopt Nintex internally. They used it, they sold it, they implemented it, but it wasn't an internal thing. And that's one of the things partners and customers, I would encourage you to find out ways, force yourself. Another thing that Mike Walsh mentioned, that I've been in an organization that did it, they removed email. I wouldn't necessarily say you have to go to that degree, but find a way to take the Nintex products, if you have them, especially as a partner, if you have them. So we have the Nintex workflow, Nintex forms, Nintex mobile, and we have document generation. So you can do a host of things, automating some things. And there's a partner, a partner that I worked with, they're actually using workflow and DocuSign to automate their changes process, their change management process for doing change requests. It's an awesome thing, but find a way to force yourself to use the products that you're selling. It gets you to know more of the ins and outs of that product, but then also it just helps you, this real world experience, tell the story of how you're using it, and that helps sell what it is that you're doing to someone else that needs to buy into it. So I would definitely encourage that. with that being said, so that was Tuesday, and I mean that was actually Wednesday. That keynote, and then it went into what I'm really excited to share with you all. I'm actually going to go through a little bit of my presentation, and I'm doing it because I think it's just something good for the community, and I could do this. But I had a presentation on the Nintex Exchange, and I think it was a phenomenal. It's a phenomenal thought. The session was cool. I'm not giving myself that many kudos, but it's a phenomenal thought on something that has been in the works for a very long time. It's something that I thought about before coming to Nintex, something that several other people in the company have kind of looked at and touched on in several different ways. And I have the privilege of helping to lead that project, which is awesome. So I'm excited about that. But let me see if I can present this, see what this does. If I can do computer together and figure out which is happening where. Swap presenter and slideshow. Let's see if that, okay, so good. All righty, we are rocking and rolling. Let me share my screen. Inside view here into one of the presentations that happened. So bear with me. All righty, let's see if we can get through this a little bit. Not sure what I just clicked on. Alrighty. Ooh, nice little graphics there. Awesome. Yep, that was done by the team as well. So great job on that. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. So, uh, so the idea behind this is, if I can get this thing right, that we basically we've known for a long time. If I can figure out my slides, give me a second to figure my slides out. There we go. Alrighty. So it was one of those things where we've known for a while that Nintex is wanting to do since I can remember. That's well over 8 years now. Um, we've been Nintex has always listened to its partners and customers and responded. We've seen a lot of that happen through, if you look at the community, Nintex Connect, that was something that was launched in 2014. It was a result of a lot of partners and customers saying, hey, we need a better way to collaborate. And so that investment came, we done that. We also look at the partner portal, we look at the learning center, we look at how the product has changed. And a lot of stuff has come as a result of listening to you all, the customers and partners, and doing things and trying to collaborate more. And even with the evolution of Nintex, how we've done things, I know that Nintex wants to work more, work better, to help serve you all more and more. So that's something that's really cool. All right, let's see if I can keep rolling through this. So, oh, this is the modified slide. Well, this is fine. Why not? So here we go. If I can figure out, there we go. There we go. So the idea of it, what we're trying to do is create a central repository, and the goal, the aim of this, I'm set up this precedence. Actually, let me go back one. The precedence on this is the fact that we have a lot more things going on with regards to where you can find and it keeps doing this, where you can find information from Nintex regarding the solutions, regarding help files, regarding topics, regarding documentation, the whole nine. There's a lot of places that you can find that information at, and it's really a good thing. But the one thing about it is that, and this is out of order. There we go. There we go. I got the slide I wanted. There we go. You have Nintex Connect, you have Nintex.com, you have all these different places where information can be found, and there's a lot of information that can be found in them. When I was a partner, when I was working with Nintex, there was a lot of things that I let's see here. There was a lot of things that I knew, I mean, case studies, references, trying to figure out how to do a lot of these things and put these things in perspective. I see something on the healthcare or something from oil and gas, and I'm like, okay, but yeah, how do they really make that solution? What is it about that solution? So I would look at the case study, and then I'll have to go to Nintex Connect to see if anybody wrote any information on that. And then if I'm a partner, I could use the Nintex online demo environment to see certain things, and then I could use a connector from Nintex Live to connect from Salesforce and SharePoint, or Exchange and SharePoint, etc. And so you have these things in different places, which is really great. And what we wanted to do with this was to give you what I would consider a really great place, a central repository. And that central repository is a single location for you to find your information. The ability to search through that, create and upload. So it's collaborative from you and by you. So it's community building things and then actually sharing that with the community, exploring different things, whether it be case studies, whether it be how to discussions, questions, or assets or solutions, things like that. And then obviously the collaboration piece is overarching on that, because if we do more collaboration, then you don't have to try to figure out, what um, you don't have to try to figure out, who's, how do I build this thing fast? How do I, which piece do I use? Vadim, who I say has built the most UDAs. He's known across the entire community as the UDA the person to go to for UDAs. And that's really great. But which UDA do I use? How do I get? I want to do something for HR. Do I need a date month UDA, or do I need, this create Trello card UDA? How do I do these things? So the collaboration and the search piece is something that I definitely want to iterate and show. That's the basis of what we want to achieve from Nintex Exchange. And I still haven't mentioned fully what Exchange is because I want to set it up. But Nintex Exchange is the goal is to create the central repository place for users to share and to learn to do things better, faster, etc. So if I can get my presentation back on track, I can then show you the next piece of it. So let me go back to that really quick. There we go. All right, cool. So what you just heard, Nintex Exchange is assets and solutions shared. Very simple, right? It's really cool, really straightforward. And the idea is it's built for the community, by the community. And that was one of the things I saw that tweet come out and I didn't even realize it. But what is the Nintex Exchange? The Nintex Exchange is essentially a central repository of assets built by the community for the community, and that's the basis of it, is built by you for you. um, Starting out day one, these are the assets that we have, the asset category. Starting out day one, we will actually have more than 100 assets preloaded, and that's going to be pretty cool. That means that you can, from day one, you'll be able to find different document generation templates if you're trying to figure out how to do quotes or invoices, etc. We can even do PowerPoint. That is going to be awesome to see people putting together PowerPoint slides automatically if you're doing proposals or anything around that. Also doing UDAs, solutions, etc. Vadim has graced us with the ability to actually load up his UDAs inside the Exchange. Workflow templates, courses and resources, custom actions, code packs. So if you do JavaScript or CSS, those things will be available in there. And while I'm on that tip, I will say that, mind you, we obviously won't be supporting JavaScript or CSS, and that's just, anybody that knows development understands that it's going to be open source. All these things will be open source, meaning that you can take them, one, share them obviously, but you can take them and use them, but there will be a use at your own risk. We are looking into doing some things regarding checking and validating certain things, etc. But for the most part, we're going to give you the tools to check and validate things, and then give you the tools to be able to use and share those things as well. So that is more coming. But the ability to do more and build more, build more workflows, forms, and mobile solutions faster and easier than ever before. That's why you should care about this, and it's going to be awesome. Um, the next slide that I had up here was the fact that I mean, the numbers, we have a lot of numbers talking about what's in the community already, why is it important, why do people want it, etc. So that goes without stating. But what we're building, so the future location will be exchange.nintex.com. um exchange.nintex.com. It's with an X, not EX, but just exchange.nintex.com. And this is going to be the future location. It's going to be really exciting. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see where this thing can land. We have some more things coming up soon. We also have some users that have signed up based from the conference. They signed up to be a part of our beta testers, which is great. I do appreciate you all for being a part of that. Thanks for the group that stayed after my session and actually did hang me as well. I really do appreciate that. Also, and it's something that, like I said, it's going to be coming. It's going to revolutionize how you use Nintex. But the more important piece of it is that we want to enable you again to do more with Nintex. And a lot of people are wanting to do more with Nintex. They're just not sure of how. And so that's one of the goals of the exchange, is to enable that piece of the process to happen and to happen easily. So exchange.nintex.com is not available yet. It will be coming soon. And you will hear more about it obviously here when I do talk about it. If you aren't aware of any of the releases coming out, I would encourage you to go to the community and look for product releases and announcements. That blog gets updated as well. So that is an area where I believe my internet is actually working again. It is. Yes. What would we do without the internet, huh? But product release announcements that's out there, and so those things. Frank did a phenomenal job, kind of surmising last week with his weekly update. So definitely check that out if you haven't been on the community. We have a couple of new things coming out as well within our products, so definitely stay tuned. And I would like to announce for people that are trying to get started with Nintex, that are looking and working on, how do I just do the basics form, etc., and you kind of don't know where to start, definitely check out our learning center. Also, like I said, they have, so I believe it is techdog.com. If I messed that up, Jason, I do apologize. I believe it is techdog.com. You can go out there. They have some free courses as well as some paid things. It is not techdog.com, or my internet is not working. One or two. But I'll get that link and put that link out there as well. It's actually available on the community. And if you go to the events and webinars, and you look at the InspireX, you'll see a link off to that page as well. But if you're trying to just get started, you want to know some best practices around using the products, getting started with the platform, whatever, got a really cool announcement for you all. Something that's been in the works for a while for me personally. I will be releasing or launching and a small ebook on Nintex. And that's something I'm excited about because it's been a long time. It's been a lot of work in it. And I don't want to demise the fact that when you say, oh, this is really little, you put a lot of time into that. Yes, I did. I put a lot of time into it. But the goal was, it was a summation of a lot of stuff that I had seen over the past 6 years. I wrote it about a year or so ago, and just really started hammering out, wanted to get that into your hands. So I do have that coming soon. I actually will be doing, in honor of where Nintex started in Australia, I'll be doing the release in Australia, which is going to be interesting. But so I'll give you the dates on that soon. And speaking of that, the next hangout will be in Australia, which is going to be awesome. We have a Melbourne office, which is where Nintex came from. For a lot of people that don't know, Nintex did it start or originated in Melbourne, or not in Melbourne, but necessarily in Australia. And so I will be there starting next week. So I'll be there, and I'm actually going to do some special hangouts. So it won't be live at 9 a.m. in the morning when I do them, but you'll be able to catch the recordings, because I believe 9 a.m. is like 3 a.m. And I love you all, but I'm not staying up to 3 a.m. to do a hangout unless I have something special to say. I might do that. We'll see. But in honor of that, I'll be doing the launch there, which would be pretty cool, and something that I believe will be great. It'll be a good milestone for me and a milestone for Nintex as a whole, and also some resources. And it's something that, it's an ebook. One of the things that I will work towards, and I'm endeavoring to kind of aim to make this thing happen, is there are some updates. Obviously, we just had 4 new things come out, products, platform stuff, etc., and a lot of changes have been happening. I'll have to include those in also. So you definitely want to grab it, look at it, check it out. and definitely give me your feedback on it. The book is called From Zero to 60 with Nintex. Cool name. Yes, I came up with that one. But the idea behind it is how to help people who they know they want Nintex, they know they need Nintex, they know they want to use it, etc. How to help you get started. 0 to 60. You got to put your foot on the pedal. You got to drive. How do you do that? So it takes you through forms and workflow and mobile, setting those up, getting those going. And I also will provide some sample templates that I've created based on my own experience and doing some things, also some best practices, utilizing things that people may know about or may not know about, as well, to check your workflows. How do you do some really good practices around that, and then some things regarding governance, and then also just assets within the community that are huge, such as Vadim's UDAs. And I can't even capture all the UDAs because he keeps building them, which is great, and definitely something there. So be on the lookout for that. That is an ebook coming. And somebody's doing something, which is interesting. But be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming in. The next Hangouts will also be in Australia. So for you US or even people that are catching this in the evening, I don't apologize for that. I actually need to figure out a way to hit that audience also. So I may end up doing some things. We're going to be exploring, looking at 2 different time frames to actually hit both audiences. But really excited about what's happening next, and look forward to just seeing what can come out of what we're doing here with Nintex. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this Hangout up a little early. Yes, I'm going to wrap it up just a tad bit early, but I will post out a link to where you can not register, subscribe, to get a release note of when that ebook comes out, as well as a couple other things. So I will put all this within the community area for the Nintex Hangout, so it will all be there in one place. And just really excited to see how we can make these things happen. If you have any questions, comments, feedbacks, concerns, anything like that, don't forget user voice. You can actually go in there, vote up or vote down different things. You can rate new things. Use the community to search. We've seen a lot of people doing better at it, but we still need a lot more. We still see a lot of repeated questions, which is not a bad thing, except some of those questions have already been answered. So definitely use search to see if your questions have been answered. We have a community feedback section as well. You can create ideas and things. Actually, some people have done that, and I've reached out to them to include them inside of the beta testing for Exchange because of some of their ideas. So we're listening and we're wanting to get you involved. Partners, if you have any questions, reach out to your territory managers and let us know how we can help you. And customers, definitely reach out to your partners and keep them engaged in the process so they can better help you, assist you with a lot of the new things that are coming out with Nintex, and get the most out of what you're doing in your business processes. So until next time, I do appreciate it. It's been great. Loved seeing everybody at InspireX. There's a lot of stuff coming out about that. There's a lot of new content coming soon as a result of just hearing what you want to hear and seeing how you want us to interact with you better. We're going to be doing that and some more things. So be on the lookout for that. Also be on the lookout for a shift in the where I am. I'll be the same, but I'll be in a different location on the other end of the world, doing a hangout. And looking forward to sharing from the other side of what Nintex looks like and how we're working to give you the best and the best products ever. The global workflow leader. That's what we want to be, and you're helping us to be that. So thanks again, and I look forward to catching up with you on the next Hangout.